You could accept the fact that the city is headed for a disaster of biblical proportion. What it means is Old Testament affair, real wrath of God comes down, fire, brimstone, down the skies, rivers, seas, boiling, 40 years of darkness, earthquakes, volcanoes, the effect, great human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, that's scary.
Well, no, listen, I'm telling you what. At least you got everything rocking and rolling. I thought you guys got excited there. You got excited about the Silverhawks because listen, there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes that we don't want to talk about. Listen, I know you're getting ahead of yourselves. It's okay. Listen, but if you were listening on the if you were listening on the radio, you probably heard that. What is it? It's 10:13. 10:13 here on the 8th day of June in the year 2024. Broadcasting live from the beautiful campus here at the University of Richmond. You're listening to 90.1 FM from the most trusted puppet in media. Reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman. And this is Saturday morning. I want to thank everyone, of course, for joining into the show. Shout out to Sergeant Schultz and Lone Dragon being first here in the chat. Of course, Mary Murr is first, but she's a producer. So do producers count as being first? Because they're like, first. It's like, but you're a producer. Like, well, I know she'd be, listen, yeah, well, of course. Yeah, well, she works remotely. You ever understood? Yeah, do you understand? There's still people that work remotely. Well, Mary Murr is one of those people who work remotely. And then all of a sudden, she's just like, well, okay, because I work remotely and I'm not here, then I can just sit there and say first. And of course, she's an executive producer of the show. What? Listen, Citizen Germ is over there on the other side saying there, it's like, well, I'm producing the show. And it's like, yeah, well, mom matters more, right? What do they say? Your mom, Citizen Germ. The Germs are like, hey, what do you mean about my mom? And it's like, well, your mom, Mary Murr, of course. So is she always first? Well, I mean, what does the producer count as being first? I mean, I guess that they do. Unless we post something online. Here's an idea. We post something online, and when we post something online, then it's like, oh well, then you can be first or not. But the reality is that Mary Murr will always be first. No one's going to ever beat Mary Murr from being first because she's an executive producer of the show. Well, until she wants to retire, there might be a day when Mary Murr is just like, well, wait a minute. You know what? I'm tired of being first. And that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes you just get tired of being number one. I mean, think about Michael Jordan for a moment. If you think about Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan, he said that he won 3 championships. And then he said he called it. He was like, I'm done. My love is baseball. I always wanted to play baseball. He wouldn't go in and played baseball for a while. Came back into the NBA and won 3 more championships, right? So maybe that's the mindset of Mary Murr. She's already won the 3 championships, and the moment that she decides that she's like, you know what, I don't want to be first for a year or two, And then all of a sudden she's going to come back and she's going to win 3 more championships. Ridiculous. Happy Ghostbusters Day is from Skydro Walker. Happy Ghostbusters Day. I'm not sure what that means. I'll figure out that in a moment, but make sure that you're following Skydro. And make sure that if you go to extremesets.com. Now, I went to Extreme Sets a couple of weeks ago. Actually, I'm going to tell you the story of this. This is a really good story. So the figure obscura, Shout out to Anime. Shout out to Sir Philosopher. Sir Philosopher, make sure you're listening to mixtapes after the show. Hashtag LFG. Make sure you're listening to Sir Philosopher mixtapes after this show from 12 to 2. Setting the standard, raising the bar. No, but listen, what was I talking? Well, I started talking about Sir Philosopher. And then I started thinking about art. And then I started thinking about the amazingness of WDCE. Listen, I was about to sit there and start talking about toys and action figures. And the next thing that I do is I start talking about the amazingness of WDCE. Now, you might guys think that there's, Sam's now distracted. Well, no, I'm not distracted, because here's the reality. The reality is that from 7 to 9-ish, maybe a little bit longer, you're going to listen to art. And you're going to listen to art and you're going to get lost with art. And then after that, you're going to listen to me, my beautiful puppet voice. The first hour is, of course, radio only. Radio only the first hour. And of course, because the radio only hour is the first hour, that means that you kind of get readjusted, reacquainted. But then there is the video segments. Here we are. We have the Sam Can Live up and running at Sam Newsman Live. At Sam Newsman Live on Instagram. Because at Sam Newsman is banned from streaming live on Instagram. What do we also have? We have Facebook, YouTube, and X. Facebook, YouTube, and X. I got Kalex. Kalex over here, Lone Dragon. Like I said, Sir Philosopher, Anime Star. Listen, this is an interactive show. I can sit there and read the chat as we're doing things. And what I mean is that there's a chat going on for Facebook. There's a chat going on for YouTube. There's a chat going on for X. There's a chat going on for at Sam Newsman Live, because at Sam Newsman is banned. But listen, this is how it is all done. I have to sit there and talk about this for a few moments, setting the standard and raising the bar. Yeah, setting the standard, raising the bar. That's what I do. Uncle Jeff went to some kind of radio's talkers convention talking about, this has been the thing for 30 years. And, I didn't get an invite. Well, listen, I know. Listen, he calls me nephew. He calls me nephew, and hell, I've been sitting there doing this longer than he has. Well, I've been doing this since Roswell. Listen, I understand that the NDAs have nothing to do with that. Listen, what I'm saying is that, like, here, old Uncle Jeff is up there doing some talkers convention for all the talk radio, and they're having this whole thing talking about, the future of talk radio. The future of talk radio. Well, what is the future of talk? Is there any talent? Is there any talent? What if I told you that there is talent, and that talent has been doing things since Roswell? The talent has been doing things since Roswell. But that's okay. Listen, it's just all it's all semantics. It's all semantics. Listen, shout out to Michael Harrison, talkers.com, Talkers Magazine. Next year. Listen, don't get it twisted. Old Papa Bear BZ Bennett. Listen. We have conversations behind the scenes. We really do. And the fact of the matter is that when I show up eventually, so what was that? What? Yeah, what was that? Huh? Okay, right. Okay, yeah. So for the last couple of years, we've been interviewing celebrities. We've been going to conventions, Retro Toy Con, Joe Fest, Galaxy Con, all of these cons. Con is nothing more than a word for grifting, because you're already an over-the-hill celebrity, and that's the only way that you can get any money. No, but outside of that, no. So we've been interviewing these people for the last couple of years, and here are the facts. Here are the facts. We're setting the standard, or we're raising the bar. We've been winning hardware all over Richmond. Now, I don't want to sit there and jinx anything. Jinx, I could sit there and say, I could talk to you about jinx. I could sit there and talk to you about jinx. I could talk to you about amen, amen, ra, amen, amen, ra. Like, I could probably talk to you about that as well. No, Richmond, Virginia. Calix. Richmond, Virginia. Is it Calix? Calix. Like I hear Cowlick. Calix. No, it's Richmond, Virginia. Oh, listen, I'm trying to sit there. I'm reading the chat as I'm talking to all of you, and this is how it goes down. Listen, this is live radio, 1022 here on the 8th day of June in the year 2024. Listen, I have to get to some songs here in a few moments. I have a bunch of songs to get to, actually, and some of them are going to get cut. Listen, I had, you remember Art was talking about, and he had the 8-minute Oasis song. I think that Professor Deep Cut Dave, he sat there and he sent me something. He was like, "Hey, you can play the whole thing because it's, there's no copyright or whatever." I was like, "I'm not playing that. It's 8 minutes." So I'm not really exactly sure how long of a set I'm going to play here for Professor Deep Cut Dave, but I'm going to play a few things. I'm going to shoot him a text. Professor Deep Cut Dave is going to be with us. Oh, do you know that that's only radio only? Yeah, you know that, right? When I say radio only, what does that mean? Well, what that means is that you need to download the Live 365 app. Are you listening to me? Download the Live 365 app, search WDCE, and then you'll be able to listen to the radio only segments of the show. Now, when Professor Deep Cut Dave calls in just a few moments after this radio only segment of songs and jams. What are these songs and jams? Well, it's June bugs. It's June bugs, and that's what we're going to be talking about. We're talking about Looney Tunes. Now, I have a whole bunch of stuff. I have some VHS tapes that I've been watching all week long, trying to get in preparation, because I know that even though I'm watching these VHS tapes, and all that I know is that Professor Deep Cut Dave is going to educate me more than me watching these Turner Classic, whatever VHS tapes, Warner Brother Classics, whatever classics, whoever's going to just shill and get the property rights and blah, blah, blah. No, listen, I'm not trying to sit there and tank it all down. I want to sit there. I want to tank it all up, fill the tank up. And we're going to fill the tank up here. We're going to play some jams here from, of course, Professor Deep Cut Dave. He's going to be with us on the other side of the break in just a few moments. And he's going to talk about some more of the June bugs, Looney Tunes all month long. That's what we're trying to do. Looney Tunes all month long. And like I said, you can listen to us. Download the Live 365 app, search WDCE. And you'll be able to listen to those songs live only on the app. Now, we'll be back, of course, at 11:11-ish. 11:11-ish here on the Sam Cams. That's at Sam Newsman all over social media. That's Facebook, YouTube, and X. And at Sam Newsman Live on Instagram, because we are banned on our regular at Sam Newsman on our regular Sam Newsman. Yeah, well, we're just banned. Yeah. Listen, they hate us. Listen, the truth will set you free. And you know what? The magic of Saturday morning will set you free too. Make sure you're following me all over social media at Sam Newsman. And of course, like I said, I'll be back here on the video at 11:11. Make sure you are downloading the Live 365 app. Search WDCE and you can listen to these radio-only segments. If you're here locally in Richmond, all you got to do is just turn on your radio. It's a real live FM radio microphone right over there. I know, it's amazing. It's incredible. Amazing and incredible. Can't even really describe about how awesome it really is to hear my beautiful puppet voice here on the only radio show dedicated to the magic and nostalgia of Saturday morning, hosted by me, a real award-winning, that's right, award-winning media puppet from the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell. I'm Sam Newsman. No, it's true. Oh, it's real true. What is that? How true is it? Well, it's so true that you are thinking to yourself that I'm in some sort of dream. And I would say that you're not. You've woken up. And the magic of Saturday morning is still alive. From the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman. And this is Saturday morning.